Good morning, Magic. I'm Gavin from Wizards of the Coast, and welcome on back. It's great to be doing this again. Today I want to talk to you about some Ikoria quick design hits. The idea here is these are really fast little stories about cards in Ikoria. I had the pleasure of being on the design team for Ikoria, as well as being the architect for the commander deck, so I know a lot about how these cards came to be, and I want to share some of that with you today. So let's get right into it with Extinction Event. So Extinction Event was actually originally designed for Commander 2019. Yes, you heard that right, 2019. You see, you see sets being released in a linear order, one after another, but we're seeing all kinds of sets all at the same time. And so Glenn Jones, the lead designer of Commander 2019, had Extinction Event in his set, and it was doing really, really well. It was really popular. And Dave Humphries saw it and needed a sweeper for Ikoria and thought, hey, this would be a great fit. We should put it in a main set. So he nabbed it. Glenn was okay with it, and we put it on in. And it's really cool that it plays with some of the other odd even stuff going on in the set, too. There's kind of a mini theme of that, and it fits in really, really well. Up next is Draconth Healer. It's always really satisfying when you get a mirrored pair into your set, and that's how this card came to be. We had Draconth Stinger at the time, the 2-mana 2/2 that when you cycle a card deals a damage to your opponents, and we had a 2-mana 2/2 with cycling in white with no other abilities. And I suggested, hey, what if they lined up to also gain you a life whenever you cycle the card? Dave Humphries liked it, and he made the switch over. Next, I want to talk about the colorless creatures, like Farfinder. Now, these are kind of an oddity. You see, normally in a set we would do artifact creatures for the colorless creatures, but here you might have noticed they're not artifacts. They're just straight up colorless. In the past, this has been saved for things like, say, the Eldrazi, which are quite a ways different from what these are. And it simply came from this world didn't have a lot of artifact creatures. It wasn't something we were really looking at doing here. It was all about the monsters that existed naturally in the world. So Dave thought about it, and he put in some normal colorless creatures into the set. There were a lot of discussions around them. Is it okay to do these? Should we not do them? What will players think? We ultimately ended up doing them, and I think the response has basically been, yeah, these are fine. So who knows? Maybe you'll see more of these in the future. So now let's talk about the crystals. All the way back in Shards of Alara, we had this cycle of cards called obelisks. These were 3-mana artifacts that tap for one of 3 different colors. And Eric Lauer suggested that they have cycling. That would be a way to get them to make players' decks. Ultimately, they didn't come out with cycling, and they were a little bit too weak. Okay, let's flash forward to Khans of Tarkir, the next really 3-colored set. We put in 3-color artifacts, the banners, you could cycle from play, and they were okay, but they didn't really quite make the cut, and cycling wasn't in that set, so you couldn't really put them on there. Finally, flash forward all the way here, and we come all the way back around to Eric Lauer's original idea, which was to put cycling on these for 2 mana apiece, and I think they're finally in a pretty good spot. You'll play them sometimes, but not all the time. It's pretty good to be able to cycle them away. Yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out, and it's cool that the idea from many, many years ago in Shards of Alara came all the way back to show up here in Ikoria. Next up, Skycat Sovereign. Inspiration for a magic card can come from anywhere, but sometimes it really is the answer that's staring you right in the face. We were working on a blue-white rare flying matters creature to kind of finish out a cycle of different keywords matter rare creatures. And someone had suggested Pride of the Clouds as the option. We talked over a few different iterations and thought, hey, what about just something very similar to Pride of the Clouds? And that's how this old Ascension card ended up inspiring this one. Next up, let's talk white, with Verge Rangers and Cartographer's Hawk. We've heard loud and clear that white needs more help in Commander, so we're making some cards to help them do mana ramp or card draw or a mix of both. These are 2 of the first cards in that salvo of new designs, and, well, you'll see more of them as time goes on, but I hope you enjoy these 2 and keep your eyes peeled for more. Next up, Avenging Huntbonder and Daring Fiendbonder from Commander 2020. Now, fun trivia on these 2. These are the 2 cards in the Commander decks that use keyword counters not found in the main set, Indestructible and Double Strike. How'd this come to be? Well, Corey Bowen, the lead designer of Commander 2020, came to me and asked, hey, could we use some different keyword counters in the main set's using? And I said, if you have a card design you like, sure. And he tried a bunch of them out, and he decided that Indestructible and Double Strike were the way to go. I hope you enjoyed these Ikoria quick hits. I'll be back on Wednesday with another episode. We're going to go with a Monday, Wednesday, Friday launch schedule for these, so keep your eyes peeled. Or if you don't want to miss one, go ahead and subscribe. It's a brand new channel, and I would really, really, really appreciate it. Or go check out another video. There's a lot of great stuff out there. I'll talk to you again on Wednesday. I hope you enjoy Ikoria in the meantime. You got this.